Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Matt and it is Terrifying Tuesday. Yes, folks, it's hard to believe it is already Tuesday. Hopefully the rest of the week just flies by and we can get to the weekend. I am so ready for Friday. TGIF needs to get here ASAP. Either way, before I get on to anything else, I do hope each and every one of you are having a great morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that lovely stuff because life really is too short as is. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I love seeing each and every one of you. Even all these new happy faces I've been seeing. Coffee Man, yeah, you've been giving me some new comments on there. I got my boy Brendan out there shooting me some comments as well, and then of course my good compadre Kyle always giving me some info every day on my videos. I couldn't be here without guys like you. But yes, thank you for tuning in, everybody, and please continue to tune in as time progresses, because I will continuously try to give you my best content that I can on my limited budget, very limited budget. But that is okay. I can still give you an opinion without giant production values. I don't need to buy you guys with production values. I don't feel like I should. I think my personality should do enough. What else was I saying? Oh, I said like, share, and subscribe. Before I forget, do check out the information in the description box. I forgot to mention that. I put in your basic synopsis, your starring cast, your director, runtime of the cut I am watching, director, MPAA, trivia, if there's anything worthwhile of mentioning, and then of course a link for either a trailer or a scene from the movie itself. I try to always give you a little bit bigger of a taste there, so you can decide if you want to check it out or not. Sometimes my opinion of talking about it just isn't enough. Sometimes you need something visually to make or break the deal. So definitely check that stuff out. I put a little bit of extra effort in there for you guys. I am no writer, so don't expect me to be writing any crazy synopsis detail, nothing like that. 9 times out of 10, I get it off of the back of the case. That's why I say it's a basic synopsis. Basic as can be. Anyways, but now that I got all that out of the way, let's roll on to the movie of the day. And today's came out 32 years ago, and that is 1989. It is directed by J.R. Bookwalter. It is none other than The Dead Next Door. Yes, what a fantastic little gem. This one reminds me a lot of stuff like Redneck Zombies or Bloodsucking Freaks or some trauma, a little bit of trauma vibe there. Even early Peter Jackson, like stuff like Dead Alive, Brain Dead, or Bad Taste. It kind of has that kind of feel to it. I don't think it's as good as those. It's definitely no Bad Taste or Brain Damage or Brain Dead or whatever you want to call it. Brain Dead. Dead Alive. Either way, it's definitely not as good as those, but this one definitely it fires on all cylinders, and it is good from beginning to end. Before I get on to any of that, I'm going to tell you about this release here. Now, I don't have that really cool new Blu-ray, newer Blu-ray. It's not like brand new or anything like that, but it is a two-disc blue. I recommend jumping over this one and skipping the DVD and going straight for that blue. It is reasonably priced, and not to mention it is cleaned up frame by frame by J.R. Bookwalter himself. So he definitely took the time to really make this his baby look the best it could, and I'm kind of disappointed that I don't have that Blu-ray. I will eventually add that to the collection because I feel like it needs to be in there. It belongs there. It screams, I need to be in your collection. But this is the old Anchor Bay release. It is a standard issue pressed DVD. Anchor Bay, no reversible artwork as usual, which honestly, if you're going into an Anchor Bay thinking there's going to be alternative art artwork, you're going to be disappointed most of the time. There's tons and tons of features in here. There is a thing that talks about the movie. It's what was it called? Oh shoot, 20 years and 15 minutes. It goes over the history of the Dead Next Door, and then there's a making of featurette. There's still galleries. There's trailer galleries. There's what else? There's a whole bunch of crap on here. There's a commentary on here. There's just all kinds of stuff. Behind the scenes gallery, deleted scenes, a music video, production still gallery. Like I said, there is a ton of special features in this just for an old school DVD. I am happy to have this. I am a fan of collecting the old Anchor Bay DVDs. I don't know why. Something about them just screams, "Hey, I need to be in your collection." But either way, I digress. Now that I got all that done, what is this movie actually about? It's about this elite group of zombie squad people that are essentially what happens is. The government has been taken over by these zombies, and the president has been, and essentially the president has been bitten and taken over, and blah 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 blah. This crack team of zombie squad killer type people are formed to go and kill these people, kill these zombies, and save the day and find a cure for what causes the zombies, to see if it's even possible to cure it. Now, along the way, they have a lot of very interesting things that go on. There's all the characters. Most of the characters have really cool names. Like one of them's called Raimi, which, by the way, Raimi and Carpenter, both named after Sam Raimi and John Carpenter, are dubbed over in this version, and there's in the newer Blu-ray. They have the version, both versions. The one dubbed with Bruce Campbell's voice over both Raimi and Carpenter's voice, because apparently their voices aren't very good, and they knew that they needed to come in and do something about it. And why not get the man, the myth, the legend himself? I mean, the Chin is the man. So you got a Bruce Campbell movie here, and this is also executive produced by Sam Raimi to boot. So it definitely has a huge tie to Evil Dead. Even there's a scene when Raimi is in this like bunker type building with all these other like rednecky type guys that are watching a movie, and they're watching The Evil Dead. And at one point, one of the guys turns around and goes, "Hey, Raimi, you should watch this. This will teach you how to kill your zombies," stuff like that. It's quite funny how it has these cute little jokes that it has throughout it. It makes me giggle. And I imagine it'll make most people giggle if they understand or get most of the jokes in it. I imagine there are a lot of Bookwalter jokes in there that I don't understand, because I've only seen this movie out of his filmography. I'm very limited on his end of the thing. I want to see Robo Ninja or Robot Ninja or whatever the hell it's called. That one is next on my list to check out for his stuff. That looks epic. But either way, I'm very limited on what I've seen of his. So definitely do not look for me to be an expert on J.R. Bookwalter's films, because I'm not, and I'm not afraid to admit I am no expert. But either way, yeah, because I'm not going to sit up here and bullshit and lie to you about it. But either way, back to the story. This team of zombie people, they are trying to find this cure for it. This Dr. Molson, who has this really cool like trucker farmer hat that says something about I once thought I was wrong, but I was just mistaken. It's kind of a silly little hat, but he wears it throughout the whole movie. And at one point, he even I bet my life on it and my hat. My career, my hat, and my life on it. Yeah, something like that, for the this serum, this antidote to work. And because Raimi's partner happens to have bit by a zombie, they are able to at least stop it from spreading right away. They tie it off, and they eventually give him this serum, which makes him rot and become this nasty thing that is not what it was meant to be. I think their intentions are to basically reanimate what's dead. It has to be fully dead is what they were trying to say. It can't be like something where it's The Walking Dead. You have to kill The Walking Dead to make it come back alive, even though to kill The Walking Dead it's really hard, because they like chop off their heads. They get shot. They get blown up. They do all kinds of things with them. Gets a little bumpy as far as how the story goes in places. I'm not gonna lie, I get bored in this one. Out of an hour and 18 minutes, that's how long this cut is, by the way. Out of the hour and 18 minutes of it, there's probably an hour of it that I like, and there's probably about 18 to 20 minutes ish that are like, come on, needs to do something. It's not gold from beginning to end, but it does have its gold there. Definitely do not let me dissuade you from seeing it. Definitely check it out. Now, as far as anything else would go, there's this weird little side story with a Reverend Jones character who happens to wear sunglasses at night, just like our Reverend Jim Jones fella that we all should know about. I reviewed a movie about him like a year or so ago. You guys should check that out. It's called Guyana. Amazing film. But either way, he's this Jim Jones type character, and he is basically hoarding up these zombies in his church, and he's basically making it to where it's a activist or a zombie rights activism type film at that point, to where it goes after it touches on keys of I would say like racism. It definitely is a very low key touch on it. It does it with a lot of tongue in cheek, but it definitely has that that feel like, hey, you're treating us differently than the others, even though we walk like you, talk like you, eat like you. We just happen to be dead and we eat flesh. That's the only main difference between us. But it's one of those where you see these church folk try to bring sympathy towards these zombies, and it gets a little silly and funny, and I like that part of the story. It adds a little something extra to it other than being a regular zombie movie. It definitely gives it a little panache. But anyways, as far as any kind of ratings would go, on a 1 through 5 scale for a technical ability, this thing's probably a 2 out of 5. It is below average. It could be much, much better. The acting is very easily overlooked. It's terrible. The gore is fun. The effects, all in all, are just kind of okay. The storyline, it works. It could have used some more ironing out before being put onto film, but either way, I'm glad that it exists. I wouldn't, I'm happy that I have it in my collection, is basically what I'm saying. As far as the editing, like as far as how the movie moves along, on the momentum wise, It moves okay. It jumps up and around and a down and up and around and a down again. It doesn't, it can't make up its mind what kind of momentum this movie wants to go in. Does it want to go in a slow burn? Does it want to go in as a full-blown zombie movie? Does it want to go into this crazy cult aspect? It just, at times I feel like it doesn't know what it wants to do itself. It's somewhat inept in places, but it's easily overlooked. So don't let that don't take that as anything bad. I think everything bad about this is what makes it so much fun. Plus, it's got kind of cool artwork, I think. Now, as far as a entertainment side goes, on a 1 through 5 on that, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. It's middle of the road. Could be a whole hell of a lot better. Could be a whole hell of a lot worse. The momentum of it is the one thing that really affects it. But the plot, the way they develop the plot, works very well. Everything about it works except for like 20 minutes of it. But it's at least sprinkled throughout. It's not like right at the beginning where you got to sit through a whole bunch of crap just to get the movie started. You do have some crap at the beginning. Don't get me wrong, but it does pick up and it kind of goes at a nice. It goes at a very slow incline, if that makes sense, with a couple little drops here and there. So this is like a 5 out of 10 kind of movie, in my opinion. Could have been a masterpiece, but unfortunately, it's not. Anyways, check out The Dead Next Door. I think it's streaming on. I think I saw it on Prime for free, if you have Prime. Otherwise, it's probably just a couple bucks to rent on there. Either way, I definitely recommend checking it out. They do have it on YouTube to stream. I did see it on there. I don't know if it was for free. I never checked that. But either way, it was on there. All right, guys, love your faces. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Tomorrow, I'm not 100% what I'm going to line up for you. I know that I got a Indonesian film that I'm going to be doing at some point this week. And then other than that, it's all in the air. All right, guys, I love your faces as always. And